game of the week. It is the Chicago Bears and Big Oshie. He's a defensive champion, or the NFC champion, taking on future Empire in the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Primetime 000, commissioner of the SML, the play-by-play guy today, and with me today is my new partner in crime, QB Stud. What's going on, man?
Hey, it's going well. How about yourself?
It's football time. I've been pumped up for this matchup. This could be an NFC Championship preview. I know we got Bears going into Seattle, taking on a very tough Seahawk team who they've been winning some close games. They played the 49ers close, and the Bears dropped one earlier in the year, so it'll be interesting to see how this one kind of plays out.
Yeah, they played last year in the regular season. If I recall correctly, it wasn't particularly close, but I would like to think that someone as good as Future is going to learn from that and adapt his game to fix it.
Yeah, I would agree. So as we head up to the opening kickoff here, Chicago is going to go ahead and kick off, and he's lining up, and he puts his right foot right into the ball. It's going sky high, and this ball will be fair caught 9 yards deep in the end zone, so the Seahawks will start off at their own 25-yard line.
So one thing we want to see here with the Seahawks starting off is you have to set the tone against a player like Oshie. If he can get him running on his back foot instead of just being a terror across the field, that's going to do a big thing in making sure he's in a good spot in this game.
And Wilson's under center here. He's looks like he's sending a man in motion. That's DJ Metcalf, who goes all the way from the right side of the field all the way to the left-hand side. Russell Wilson, a seasoned veteran, is going to go ahead and hand it off, and he's going to get blown up in the backfield for a loss of 3. That was Witherspoon getting shot down after loss of 3.
Yeah, so that's where he had good outside contain, and he expects Roquan Smith to kind of eat up the inside. Running horizontally is dangerous. What I want to see Future do is try to hit the tackles and hit the dive up the middle. If you run stretch plays, this Chicago defense has too much speed, especially with 6 defensive backs out on the field.
And here we go. The second play is another run outside, and he's going to get really no gain. You had mentioned this multiple times. The Chicago Bears defense is fast, and it's tough getting out to the boundaries. And once again, now it's set up for a 3rd and long.
And I mean, he gained 3 yards there, which wasn't that bad, but that was almost ideal because you saw Roquan Smith get kind of eaten up by 3 blockers there getting tripped up, and still he only gained 3 yards. You've got to step away from the stretches, pound those off-tackle runs, and pound the middle.
Here we go. Wilson takes a shotgun snap, dropping back. He's looking nowhere to go, and he throws. Oh, and it's a slant run. It's caught, and that's a first down. Huge gain of 16 yards. Russell Wilson's first pass is a crosser over the middle, and that's DJ Metcalf on the reception. First down, Seahawks, and just like that, they're in business.
That was actually a fault of Oshie's user. He had the slant there. He hesitated. He stayed back. He hung back a little bit and let it go right past him, and that's a big first down play. He probably could have shut down that entire play by himself. We'll see how that looks moving forward.
Yeah, and Wilson under center now again, and he's going to hand it off. And this is going up the middle this time. Not much of a gain, maybe 1 yard. And I'm seeing a little trend right now. Seahawks trying to pound the rock, but not getting much. How do you think that's going to play out?
Yeah, so it's going to be tough. Like I said, so the way the Oshie's run defense is set is he's got his outside rushers to hit outside runs, and he expects Roquan Smith to eat up the middle. This is a big part of Seattle.
Oh, it's a slant route again, and it's a little RPO action, and that's a huge gain. Another 15-yard pass. But like you said, he's biting down on that run now, and that's opening up some passing lanes.
And if he can take advantage and make Oshie second-guess himself, that's how you take advantage of someone that relies so much on his usability.
Yes, and Oshie looking like he's committing to that run, and we'll see how Russell Wilson fares now. I want to ask you real quick, we're still 0-0. Who do you see winning this game?
I've got Oshie. It's hard to bet against him. You're one of the few guys I would take against him. I think he gets business done, taken care of, but it's going to be a close game either way.
And that was a very similar play there by Future Empire. Another RPO. He's trying to stretch out that defense and then go across the middle. He's taking advantage of that user, don't you think?
Absolutely. So he knows exactly like you said that middle linebacker is coming down on the inside for the run to try to take it away. So he's filling a gap. This is something that I've mentioned against Oshie before. You have to take advantage. You know he's going to overplay something, so go where he isn't.
A man in motion. That looks like that's Disley, and it's a handoff up the middle, and he gets, it wasn't a big gain, but that makes it a first down. So Witherspoon is superstar back, 3 rushes, -1 yards, but he got a first down there.
That off-tackle run, I think, is going to be there. Like you said, it wasn't a big run there, but, I mean, he had his fullback catching that block, and it could have been a touchdown. So if he can start pounding that spot right there over and over and over again, I think he'll have a little bit more success.
And here we go. I'm expecting a pass here if I'm Tony Romo. Here's Russell Wilson sending the man in motion. He's going to go ahead, and he's going to hand it off, though, and he gets blown up. That was a hit stick, and Seahawks now behind the chains a little bit. 2nd and 13. This defense, they can unleash the pass rusher, and they got that user. You don't want to be in long yardage situations.
Yeah, so that's one, again, where you have to ID Roquan Smith. Don't let him roam free. If he roams free, he's going to eat you up.
And here we go. Now they're going to the shotgun. I'm expecting a pass here for real this time is Russell Wilson. A lot of guys in motion so far this game. He's dropping back to throw, and he's going to run it. Russell Wilson's going to run it. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to slide, and that is Russell Wilson for 14 yards. It looked like he had the running back, but Russell Wilson says, screw that. I'm going to get the first down on my own.
The problem there was he had a couple of guys open. He wasn't sure which one Oshie was going to take away, so he said, screw it, I'm running.
Yeah, and that might be smart because that user very deadly, very dangerous. And look, the Seahawks are a few yards away from the red zone. Very solid opening drive, despite getting stuffed a few times.
Yeah, so it's a strong showing. It's a strong drive. We'll see if he can keep it up now that we're in the red zone. Things are getting tighter.
He's going to hand it off, and again, another blown up. This time it's Penny who gets just shot down like a submarine. 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
Yeah, so that, like I said before, this defense that Oshie has set up has a lot of speed on the field. He's basically going to attack from every angle and assume that one of his guys is going to break free.
There looks like that the middle of the field is open. Let's see what the Seahawks do to take advantage of it. And they try it, and I would have fell for that too, and he gets blown up again. This Bears run defense looking very impressive so far, 3rd and long.
So that one there was just Khalil Mack. I mean, sometimes he's unblockable. What are you going to do at that point, right? He shed that block pretty much instantly and was there with open arms.
Another 3rd and long here. It's tough to complete 3 3rd and long situations in a row here. Lots of guys in motion this drive. Russell Wilson's going to have to pull something out of that magical hat. Here's a play clock ticking down to 7 seconds, and Wilson dropping back. He's looking. He throws a nice out route, and that's caught. And wow, Russell Wilson operating like a surgeon out there, dicing up this secondary on this. What I thought was the strength of this defense is a pass defense, but not today.
Yeah, so I wonder if Future consulted Pete Carroll for his strategy today, because you're running the ball for loss, and then let Russell Wilson bail you out over and over and over.
Exactly.
It's not a bad strategy when you think about it.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. He's under center again. He hasn't thrown it on a first down, if I recall here. Now it's the first pass, and he's going to throw an out route, and that ball is nearly picked off. But you know what? When you have that big DJ Metcalf who's just going to box a guy out, that's a big gain. Now they're inside the 5-yard line.
If he was against anyone other than Oshie, he had his tight end there on that seam route for a touchdown. He gave Oshie a little bit of respect, didn't want to test it. Not a bad idea on first down when you're basically knocking on the door.
And here we go now. They're at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Russell Wilson's got a fullback in the game. I'm expecting a run, maybe a little receiver run here. It's not. He's just sending guys in motion, trying to diagnose if this is a run or a pass or a man or zone, and he gets stuffed again. These are long developing run plays, I feel like, and you just need a quick handoff up the middle dive plays. What's your thoughts?
These anytime you have a guard pulling, you have that hole. The defense is taught to follow the guard and to kind of collapse down on top of him, and you see that happening a lot with this Bears defense. Running straight at him isn't necessarily the base case either, because he can have his defense spread out and engage those blockers to let Roquan Smith eat you up. You want to attack the off-tackle run hard, though.
Yep, and here we go. We got 3rd and goal, and it's a little read option play, and he flicks it to number 24, who's going to get in the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. That is Witherspoon, Russell Wilson. They operate that triple option so well, and what a masterful drive by the Seattle Seahawks on offense on 3rd down. Beautiful. And that kick is nearly blocked, but I'm not sure if he scared the kicker or what. That snap looked clean, the hole looked down, but that ball was going left, and that guy nearly got his fingers on it, but it might have intimidated the kicker just enough to cause a miss, and will that come back to bite?
Hey, the kicking game is more mental than it is physical. That's tough. But on that touchdown, that's one where it was a great call. He was able to take advantage of how aggressive that Bears defense is. Get them to soak up on that inside run, and then have that easy pitch on the outside. Guy had one guy to run around. That's what you want to see for a touchdown. Just unfortunate on the PAT. Let's hope
does that
bite him.
does that affect you mentally if you get a touchdown right off the bat and then miss the extra point, or does it you still got that score? And it's a handoff, and I'm not going to cut you off because this is a big run. He's juking around. That's Terry Cohen. He's breaking ankles. He's juking, and he's many ankles were broken there. 32-yard gain by Tyreek Cohen on just a simple inside zone run.
Yeah, so Tariq Cohen is a cheat code. But as far as the mental aspect of the game, missing a PAT to me affects me a lot less than getting one blocked. You can always come back and say, I could have done better, as opposed to, well, they just got it. So I think he's going to be okay. That run, though, is pretty damaging.
Yeah, that was pretty damaged. Trubisky back to throw. He's dropping back. He's holding on, and he's throwing across. A nice check down there. Hits the running back, and he gets a 10-yard gain. Missed Trubisky. So 2 plays by the Bears, and they're getting chunk plays, whereas the Seattle was kind of slowly going down. They took up the whole first quarter. James Conner getting a first down there.
Yeah, and so this is something where you just have to look at the tail of the tape. You know that basically Oshie is going to try to have big Tariq Cohen runs, and then he's going to try to get big-bodied receivers to make intermediate catches. That seems to be his game plan, as now here we have this stop up a pretty good run up the middle. Basically, Oshie's going to try to keep him honest, get his 4 yards, don't let the Seattle defense spread outside. So that's a good call there. He's in a good position for second and medium, and we're going to see how he takes advantages of it.
And here's Trubisky out of the gun. He's got Cohen. It's a play fake. Trubisky back to throw. He's looking. He's got his man deep, and he hits him, and that is a touchdown, Bears! And that is a beautiful thrown ball to Miller. Mitch Trubisky opening up on fire. Wow, what a throw.
Yeah, and so I want to call out the coaching staff there too, because that's a good call, because you have route combinations. You have that dig on the intermediate and the post going deep. You can't have one guy in the middle take both, especially when it's a cover 2 look like that one was. He took the post since the dig was taken away. Perfect execution for a touchdown and the lead due to the missed PAT.
Yes. And now we got he's going to catch it about 1 yard deep, and he has to take this, and he's going to get wrapped up after gets it to around the 27-yard line. So if you're a future Empire here, you had a solid drive last time, but you also were putting a lot of third down and longs. I would like to see the Seahawks run a little more quick action run plays, meaning dives up the middle.
Yeah, I think he shied away from that because his initial tries didn't.
And Wilson's going to throw a check down, not to cut you off, but he gets a 5-yard gain. Wilson 6 of 6 for 67 yards to start.
Yeah, so it's a great job of basically taking what's there, right? You're going to try to feel out the run game, figure out what you can do, and then you have that short to intermediate pass game. Don't make mistakes. Don't let Oshie's user eat you up, and you just keep marching down the field.
And Khalil Mack was bearing down on him there. I was watching the replay. Nearly got a sack there, but great check down by Russell Wilson, the savvy veteran, making great plays. He's dropping back, and he hits a slant route, and that's DK Metcalf again. DK Metcalf eating up the secondary. And Russell Wilson, I'm seeing a lot of quick passes and a lot of crossing routes over the middle, which is dangerous, you would think, because it's Raekwon Smith, but he's really manipulating this user right now.
He is, and what he did there was he read that there was a blitz, so he made sure he had a slant or a short route to take advantage where the linebacker wasn't, so that he knew he had at least 7 yards for free. And that's what he did.
And here's Wilson back to throw. He's looking, and he throws a deep corner out. There's an interference call. Yep, I saw that all day. He was throwing his hands up in the air. He was mad. And what future Empire here, I want to point this out, is I don't want to see him get too pass happy, because that's when you get in trouble. You get sacked or you throw a pick. I think we need to see him kind of run the ball a little bit more.
So what I want to see is right now his passing game is wide open because Oshie is focusing on shutting down this run. As you see this run, a respectable 4-yard gain. What I want to see him do is use that short to intermediate passing game to open up the run game and then take advantage, kind of like he just did right here. That's his recipe to success right now.
And that 4-yard run, if that's what you're going to get against Oshie, that's fine, because look, it's 2nd and 6, 3rd and 5 is a lot better than 3rd and 13, and he's got an interesting formation here, a stack formation. He's going to go ahead and hand it off, and he's going to get the first down and more, and he gets tackled after a huge gain there. And there's an injured player. Jennings is down. He's on one knee. Jennings is down. I'm not sure what that was, but it'll be interesting to see as a medical staff is going on the field.
Yeah, he must have gotten caught up there in the trash of all the blocking in the trenches. But that's exactly the type of formation you want to attack via the run game. So that was one where Oshie was set up to try to take away the pass. He saw the bunch. He was trying to cheat slightly that way, which put him out of the run stuff gap.
And that was just once again now, it looks like a halfback base play. Maybe he called off the top of my head, and he just lost about 4 yards there. 4 yards there. Leonard Floyd came in and blew that play up.
Yeah, that front is just aggressive and attacking. I'm going to be honest, it's going to happen. There's not much you can do there on power runs.
Yep. Seahawks have run 20 plays already, and that was a false start. The running back got a little overeager there. So now here's what I'm talking about. 2nd and 19. I see Khalil Mack licking his chops. Raekwon Smith, he's going to be lurking over the middle. If you're Seattle, you do not want to be in this situation.
Absolutely not. So I expect him to go off of some intermediate route combinations. Basically, what I would do here is you give something nice, big, and juicy.
And he hands it off, and he gets 3 yards, so 5 yards.
He could honestly be playing for the field goal here. It's not a bad idea. 2nd and 19, 3rd and 14, those are tough. If you just make sure you don't lose the ball, that's not a bad call, especially against a caliber player like Oshie. But if I'm here to try to get this first down, you give him an easy, obvious route to jump and go the other way.
And here we go. Wilson's going to open up under center, and he's just going to go ahead and hand it off. He's got some open grass there, and he was nearly broke that tackle, but that sets him up for an easier field goal. I wanted to point out, now it's not as big of a deal as the wind is against him, and he's already missed 1 field goal. So let's not say this thing's a guaranteed make here. As Schumer lines up, how long is this? About 38 yards?
37, yes, sir.
37 yards. So we got a 37-yard field goal here for Schumer from the left hash. He's already missed 1. They're lined like a guy through. Let's see. Wind in his face. And Schumer, snap ball down. The kick is up. It's on the way, and it is right down the middle. And the Seattle Seahawks take a 9-7 lead thanks to the right foot of Schumer. So there you go.
You take points when you can get it against a caliber defense like this, especially with just the turnover and sack generating machine that it is. You take the run, take your 3 points, and you go up on defense and try to get a stop.
And correction there, the wind was actually at the back of the Seattle Seahawks. So now the Bears are going to have to consider that as they drive down the field. Mitch Trubisky, not the most elite of passers in SML, so we'll see how this drive goes.
Yeah, so I'd expect him to take his time to start.
And that's a play that I've seen run by this Bears team that ate up the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. And that time the Seahawks sniffed it out, loss of 4. So here we go.
Yeah, so that zone read is something that he really tore up a couple of teams with, but I think people are watching out for it now.
Trubisky out of the gun. He's calling some hot routes. It looks like 2nd and 14, and he takes the snap. He's dropping back. He's looking, and he hits that beautiful out route. He wanted that route from the get-go. It looks like man-to-man coverage, or maybe not. It was some zone coverage that got burnt.
Yeah, so he's just trying to attack the outside. Like you said, he saw the inside leverage. He wanted to take advantage of it and get outside, which he could. He's taking care of business right there.
And Trubisky's opened up this game very solid. He's going to hand it off now to Connor, who's going to get a big gain and gain about 8-9 yards. And this 1-2 punch of James Conner and Tariq Cohen is very scary.
He 100% expected Cohen to be in there. He did a sub earlier because Cohen was tired. And honestly, I think if I were Oshie, I would think that could have been a touchdown with the right running back in.
And Cohen's in the game now, and just like that, that's a touchdown. I'm guessing that's a touchdown because he's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bears. And did I see a little high step there at the end of that play?
That was just Tariq Cohen being 5'6", I think, Brian.
Okay, yeah, so those little stubbly little legs there looked like it's a high step, and I'm assuming his legs don't go up that high.
That's right.
So so we got a 14-9 game, but hey, you got 3 timeouts, and this future Empire has been throwing this ball well, so we might see some more fireworks before half's end.
Yeah, he's going to have to abandon the run here just due to lack of time, unless he expects to be able to utilize those 3 timeouts. But watch for Oshie to bear down on the pass.
And that kickoff return was pretty solid, gets it out to the 32-yard line. Once again, 3 timeouts. What you don't want to do, I always say you want to win the last 2 minutes of each half, obviously. So what I mean by that is momentum. Keep it on your side. Get at least 3 points. Get this thing a little bit closer. Don't turn it over. Here we go now. Russell Wilson out of the gun. Empty backfield. It will be interesting to see if the pressure comes. And here's Wilson back to throw. He's looking, and he holds the ball, and he squeezed that thing in there. Whoa, wow, what a throw.
Yeah, that was a great throw. That was one where you could see that there was some switching around going on defense. He wasn't able to get to the right guy, so the throw over the middle was there. Guy made a catch, made a great play, and now he's over past the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that was Tyler Lockett, and he got rocked, man. I want to see the concussion protocol on that boy because he looks a little dizzy getting off that. Anyway, moving on here, another empty backfield set for the Seahawks as Wilson's out of the gun. He's been dotting up this defense. Let's see if it continues here. Wilson takes a snap. He's looking. He's going to run, and that was just Khalil Mack being Khalil Mack, saving a big play.
Yeah, so that's one where he could see that he could read zone, so he was going to try to get Oshie to commit to one pass. He didn't commit to it too early. He took his time. He did a good job of trying to take away both. So he wanted to run, but he ran into the open arms of Khalil Mack once again.
Here we go. This is a fast-moving first half here for the Seattle Seahawks now with only one timeout, 29 seconds. Got to play for a field goal here. Wind at your back. Russell Wilson, another empty backfield set. Don't like it because the pressure could come. Here we go. Back to throws Wilson. And that pressure was coming in. Oh! Wow. What do you think about that one there?
You know what? Sometimes you throw up a jump ball and your guy wins. You just don't want to make an offense out of that. If I'm the Bears, I feel like I set up my defense perfectly, and that's just a big old tight end making a big old play.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good because that ball, you know how we talked about momentum at the end of a half, that was about to be 7 points the other way and maybe ball game against this defense. But Wilson, again, empty backfield. That would be interesting to see if this tight end maybe chips Khalil Mack here as he's back to throw and he's looking. And he throws deep. It's a deep ball. And it's going to be what a swat there. He went over there and he used a user swat because that was DK Metcalf who's going to outjump the freaking roof.
Yeah, so that
wasn't DK Metcalf.
So that was one where he thought he had his guy. He had a one-on-one matchup he was looking for. I would have liked to see him hit the post and the tight end, be in a good spot, and have one more shot at the end zone. He's thinking, I have 18 seconds left and only one timeout. I want to go for the end zone here, and I can move around, use the rest of the field later on.
And Wilson out of the gun, just don't want to turn this ball over. He's going to hand it off and nearly got decapitated there. And he might be happy just taking it to the a few seconds, call a timeout, kicking a field goal. You think he's going to make this? It's going to be around 50 yards or so. Wind's at his back. You think that extra point still in his head here? Longer kick?
No, he's playing for it. This is what he set himself up for. I would have liked to see him only leave 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock instead of 6. That's something that's come back to bite a few guys this year. This cycle on these kickoff returns.
Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. It's picked up. He's going to go the distance to the 50, 40, 35, 30, 20. Touchdown, Bears. Wow. And just like that, the Bears must have game prep field goal blocking because right up the B gap there, that pressure came and the Bears go into halftime 21-9. What did you see there?
So what I saw there was a consistent timing from the Seahawks for their kicks. What they need to do is have their kicker, have their holder, take a deep breath, take a hot second, make sure you're in control, and then go. Don't feel like you have to jump into these kicks.
Yeah, I mean, the whole operation of taking a timeout with 6 seconds left, then not holding the X button for a second or two, like you said, easy for Oshie to time up. Now the momentum at the end of the half went to the Bears. They're up 21-9, and they get the ball. Any score here could basically end this game. But hey, Mitch Trubisky under center. And he drop him back. He's looking outside, and he throws, and that ball was nearly picked off. But hey, nonetheless, a good defensive play by the cornerback.
So you see that 5'6" individual right in front of Trubisky. Maybe he didn't just because he was so small in front of the offensive line. You take those small little bits here, you move down the field, and you don't make mistakes if you're the Bears. You're in great position. Don't give it away. A pick 6 here makes this a one-score game. Got to be careful.
And here we go, Trubisky under center, same formation. I'm expecting a run this time, and it is a run. And Cohen tried juking his way around. And I want to take a quick second shout out. I see some guys in chat. I see Colt. I see Conk, Haas. Guys, what's going to happen? Do you foresee if a Seattle Seahawks comeback, major third down coming up here?
Yeah, so shout out to everybody we have in chat. Always, if you have anything to say, make sure you say it. We'll take a look at it. We'll look out for it, and we'll see what's going to happen in this game.
And here we go, Trubisky out of the gun. He's looking for them slant routes, and he throws, and that ball was nearly picked off. I think that now Seattle's right where they wanted to be. But just like Oshie was on the last drive in the corner route, sometimes you just don't get to play.
Yeah, and you're starting to see one or two instances here piling up of just lack or missed execution from Future. You can't do that against this Bears squad. What are your thoughts on this formation?
I'm not a fan of it. Looks like he's audibling out of it. Not a big fan of it. Seems a little. I just don't got respect for it. So here we go. He's going that same play and he gets sacked there. There was a lot of shift in the one arm bandit goes around and gets a sack, but that was the same play he got a touchdown on, audibling out of the what I'm going to call the disrespectful formation. What's your thoughts?
So he used it once in the Super Bowl the previous season. I called it a disrespect formation. It's trash. Don't use it unless you're up against a bad player. But it looked a little cheese there because the defense did not get set by the time he snapped the ball. He actually had to use the guy to get him in place.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole sequence there at all. Hate to see it. Anyway, moving on. 3rd and 9 after a solid run there by Cohen. So we got 3rd and 9. I'm checking out the chat here. Against 90% of the league, I could see Future working his way back, but not against the Bears' pass defense, says Colt 45. If the Seahawks want a chance back, they're going to have to get a quick 3 and out. Oh, well, they're going to have to get a quick stop here on 3rd and 9, and this is their best chance to do it. As Trubisky, calling audibles, trying to make something happen to extend this drive, and he takes a snap. It's a play fake. He's looking. He's going deep, and it's long, and it is caught. It's caught. What a play by the receiver. Who caught that ball?
Was that Anthony Miller?
Yeah, Anthony Miller. I thought that was for sure a pick. Oh, it wasn't. I don't know who it was.
83. I missed who that is. I don't have him on my program, but it was a great catch nonetheless.
Hey, number 83 on the field, number 1 in Oshie's heart because he bailed him out. But hey, you know what? I always say it, make your own animations. I did not see a user SWAT attempt there by Future Empire.
Yeah, what he expected there was he had a superstar corner on the end there, and he expected the superstar to make a play. Unfortunately, there was a superstar on the other side by Landry who made the great catch.
Yeah.
And one beat the other.
And that's why he paid Landry that much money to come to Chicago. And here we go. There are a lot of passing plays so far from this Bears offense, maybe trying to put the dagger in the heart of the Seahawk fans here as Trubisky's looking to throw, and he's going deep, and it is nearly intercepted, then caught, then a nearly broken back there by the tight end.
So that's a cocky throw, right? I have this guy beat, but I'm going to trust him to make the catch in front of all these other guys. So that's a cocky throw, somebody that's rolling. You got to be careful.
And now, if you hold to the field goal, this game is still only a 15-point game. I'm not sure. My math isn't that good, but I'm assuming it's still a 2-score game there as Trubisky out of the gun, and he's going to hand it off here. And I see a big hole for Cohen, and he's going to get it. He's going to juke, and he's going to get tackled inside the 5-yard line. And Tyreek Cohen, 7 rushes for $117 and a touchdown. Just a huge run there on 3rd down.
Yeah, that is huge. I mean, there's 2 straight 3rd down conversions when Future has to get a stop. You have to be concerned not only if there's a touchdown scored here, but how much time is taken off the clock.
And here we go. I see Cohen's superpowers on as it's a pitch play. And Cohen's fighting, but he's tackled after gaining 1. And I was checking out the chat. And Paulie says, Prime, can I get your autograph? The answer is no, you cannot get my autograph. Unless if you want to send me $100. I'm taking donations. $100, I'll sign a football or something, send it your way.
Yeah, so, we've got some rumbling and mumbling about that bailout play, quote unquote, for Landry. But you have to remember that Future had one just the drive prior, if I don't recall correctly, making a snag. Right. So it's pretty even on both sides. It's
pretty even on both sides here. It's a handoff up the middle, and he's going to get – that's James Conner being James Conner for the touchdown. He's got lightning and thunder, and that was a little bit of thunder just sticking his shoulder pad in the gut of this Seattle defense, who's obviously worn out at this point. And the Bears, 28 points to 9.
And it was also a great job, too, of, like you said, always setting up your own animations. He just subtly went to the side, took an angle, and hit the guy in the chest.
I'm going to cut you off real quick here. If I'm Oshie, you got to kick this kick really short. He's not going to do it. But that would be funny. Just tackle him inside a 5-10-yard line easily because, obviously, Seahawks are mad. They just tried taking out the Bears kicker.
That's something that you have to practice on, though, because if you just try to straight kick it high, it's still going to end up around the goal line, and you can easily get it to the 20s and maybe past the 25. So it's something you have to know you're comfortable with, something you have to have done before. If not, it's safer just to give the touchback.
Yeah, that's true, too. It's still 25-yard line, and you're up by, I think, 18 points. No, 19
19.
points.
Yeah.
I don't know, 19 points. So here we go. Wilson's going to have to throw his team out of a 3-score deficit against arguably the best defensive player in the SML. Let's see how this plays out. And he's rolling out instant pressure there. He's going to try it, and that was dangerous. I would like to have seen a throwaway there. Russell Wilson panicked early, bailed out. That Bears defense is going to start teeing off, I think.
What's funny is he didn't even need to bail there. He actually had that blocker or had that rusher eaten up, and he probably would have had an open lane. But I understand, having a sense of urgency there.
Yeah, and this is a handoff now. And I like to see this play as Witherspoon. I think gets a big play. I was just about to say, if I'm Chicago, I'm about to be committing pass, and that's when your pass rushers can go after them. But future Empire trying to keep things balanced.
And see, that's one that we wanted to see earlier. That was a straight ahead run. It wasn't necessarily straight at the middle, but it was direct.
And that's and he breaks out of Russell Wilson. Now he's gonna run, and he gets to the 50, and he gets the first down, and he gets out of bounds. Russell Wilson was dead to rights. The Bears sent a corner blitz, and Russell Wilson ate it, stood up, and busted free for a big first down.
He had a guy with no one within 30 yards of him on the opposite side of the field. Future, calm down, don't panic. This is still a game. You have to have control, take control here. Future
does look just a little panicked this drive, I guess, in the pocket. He's dropping back to pass here. He's looking deep, and this ball should have been intercepted. That ball should have been. And I'm not impressed by this drive of the Seahawks. I know they're getting yards, but this passing game right now, which was so efficient the first half, now looks panicked.
Yeah, so that was a mistake that he hadn't really made to this point. He's done a pretty good job of respecting the user, of not throwing it there, but that's one where he needed a bailout route. He obviously read the route, and Oshie knew it was there and forced it. Set up those routes and go elsewhere.
And here we go, Wilson out of the gun, 2nd and 10. He's dropping back, and he throws a beautiful dig route there to DK Metcalf, who gets the first down, tackled at the 26-yard line. Russell Wilson, 10 and 12 for 130 yards. Very efficient day, but right now, Seahawks are down by 3 scores.
And that was perfect. You saw Oshie hard bite on that little flats route, so you hit the dig over the middle, you take advantage, you go where he isn't, march down the field safely.
And Wilson out of the gun again. Final play of the third quarter, possibly. He gets sacked, and eventually that Bears defense was going to tee off. It was just a matter of time, and that was Wheaton, who comes through off the edge and backs the Seahawks up to a 2nd and 21.
He had that seam wide open. Not for a touchdown, but he would have had a huge chunk of yards there. If you see that linebacker, if you see Smith bite down or go to the outside, you have to hit over the middle.
And here's Russell Wilson now, 2nd and 21. That's picked off, and that's picked off. And just on cue, that is number 58. Who else? Raekwon Smith with the interception. And I think the Bears just took a dagger, and they laid the Seahawks down, and they stuck it right in their chest with that interception.
Yeah, so that's one where you could see Smith was still in the middle, so you avoid the middle. He's so fast, he's all over the field all at once.
And Cohen, they try to misdirection up the middle. And Tyreek Cohen's down. Tyreek Cohen is done. He's holding his arm, and he looks like he's writhing in pain. Why would you keep Tyreek Cohen, who's obviously injury prone, in the game at this point? I'm not sure, but he is down. And what's your thoughts on that?
So this is something I've actually called for Oshie to do in the past. I would like to see him rest Tyreek Cohen a lot quicker than he normally does. We'll see if he ends up paying for it long term.
And Trubisky now, it looks like a passing formation here. Seahawks pressing up. This will be interesting to see how this plays in that outside receiver as he's throwing outside, and that is a caught. He tries juking around, and he gets a first down, and Mitch Trubisky, 6 of 8, and Cohen's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. They're telling him to sit down, just put some ice on it. You're done for the day, I'm assuming. Up 3 scores, 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, so this is one where as soon as I see Tyreek Cohen show up in that formation, you pause the game, you go to depth chart, and you sit his ass down. Do not put Tyreek Cohen back in this game.
And Trubisky on that read option, and that was a fumble, and that was a stupid play. And the Seahawks have life, and why would you be running a read option with your starting quarterback so late in the game?
Man, so this is one where you have some guys that are just always trying to go to the end zone all the time. There's 6 minutes left. Run your 4-minute offense. Play conservative. Even if you have to punt, you're not in that bad a spot. But now you've given him some momentum. You made a mistake. You could have gotten Trubisky hurt. It's just silly.
You know what this is? It's blatant disrespect that you have no you don't believe the Future can come back, and he might be right. Future's not shown me any reason to think he's going to throw himself out of this hole. As Russell Wilson's going to run, he's trying to spin around, and man, these guys are just letting their quarterbacks get rocked out here.
Yeah, as someone that generally favors pocket passers, it's nowhere near what I want to be doing, but that's still very, very dangerous to do.
And yeah, I mean, you're down 3 scores in the same token. I understand keeping your eye in the game, take stupid hits. And Wilson back to throw here. He's looking empty backfield. He throws deep, and that ball could be caught. It is. DK Metcalf with the right animation might have been a touchdown, but a huge gain. And Russell Wilson with the biggest play of the night for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, so that was a great play. What he did was he had a couple of pretty juicy looking routes to jump up front and took advantage of it on the backside. That's the formula to defeating Oshie. Easier said than done, though.
Yeah, and here we go. Wilson again, empty backfield, looking, and he's going to run now, and he's got to get down. He's gonna dive in the end zone and get a touchdown. Who am I to talk? That's a touchdown, Seahawks, and just like that, within 2 scores. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so it may be a case of too little too late. What Future is going to be hoping for here is Oshie to continue to play greedy and to try to capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah, what you've got to do here, you got to kick it deep, and you got to hope for just a quick 3 and out, save your timeouts, and then get a quick score, and then you got your timeouts. You need a bit of a miracle, but this isn't as bad as it could be. This isn't as bad as it could be, especially with Cohen probably out of the game.
That's right. And actually, you see there, Oshie may have changed his mindset. That was a great call of just giving up, allow some silly fumble to happen, and start marching downfield safely.
Yeah, and here we go now. Trubisky, and is that Cohen back in the game? It is. Cohen is back in the football game, and Trubisky sending some man in motion. It's a pass play here. Interesting decision now by the Chicago Bears. He's going deep, and this ball is going to be no, that was a swat. That was a very solid swat.
Yeah, so he reacted too slowly. If he would have reacted quickly enough, he would have been able to put that defender in great position for an interception. Because he went over slowly, he did a good job of not being greedy and going for the swat there. You see now that Tariq Cohen substitutions are being made. Again, just pause the game and go to the depth chart. Get him out. And
here we go, Trubisky calling some. It's interesting to see a pass that saves some time there for Seattle. Is Trubisky back to throw? He's looking. He's going deep again. He's taking that ball. Could be. Oh wow, that was nearly it. Hey, listen though, why is Oshie throwing this? He's got nothing but yards when he's running, and he's taking deep shots. What is he doing?
He's got 6 on his mind. He doesn't care about anything else other than I'm going to score a touchdown here. Now, I don't know if that's to skyrocket up a certain power rankings that gets sent out every once in a while, or if it's to try to send a message, but he's not playing just to win this game.
And Trubisky, now out of the gun, he takes it. He's looking on a 3rd and 10, crucial 3rd down, and this ball is caught. That was a beautifully thrown ball by Mitch Trubisky. Future knew where he was going, just didn't quite get there. Dropped that ball on a bucket between 3 defenders.
Yeah, that play was made via hesitation. You're exactly right. He knew exactly what Oshie wanted to do, but he wasn't completely sure, so he hesitated and he paid for it.
I'm still waiting for the Bears to run this ball now. We got a 1st down, and it's Cohen who gets blown up in the backfield. I do want to say somebody in the chat here, Mike FML, says, please remind your co-host that those power rankings are witchcraft and no one believes in them. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is that Mike is a great person to have in the league. He's a great friend of the show, and if you ever want to call in, you're more than welcome.
We're open for an SML debate, Mike. Here we go now. Trubisky out of the gun, or pistol, as he's going to hand it off to who else? James Conner, and get a gain of 1 yard. So now, once again, if you can hold them here to an incompletion, or even get the ball back with over 2 minutes, save your timeouts, you still have a chance. But really, that corner route was a backbreaker. A lot of times not being shaven off this clock.
You're right, but not as much time is off as it should have been. If you get an incomplete pass here, you're definitely in this game.
Oshie loves corner routes. I want to watch that tight end. Oshie loves his corner routes. Here we go. He's back to throws Trubisky, and he's looking. He throws that corner out, and that ball is incomplete. And listen, Oshie is a very predictable passer, and they played that corner out very well. And that incompletion saves some time. Now, Future, you've got to save your timeouts here as they're going to punt the ball.
Yeah, so that's one where he actually got away with that. There was a pretty favorable animation for how predictable a throw that was, to where it kind of went back behind him a little bit. You saw that the defender was in position, but the ball didn't go where he expected it to go.
No, if you're Future, the situation couldn't have played out really any better other than a turnover. You got your timeout still, over 3 minutes to go, and that punt went out of the back of the end zone.
Right, so you've got 3 minutes here, so you have to do a quick strike and then get 3 stops with 3 timeouts. It's a tall task, but you're in this game, which is where you want to be.
And here we go. Russell Wilson out of the gun. Looks like he's calling some shots here. DK Metcalf has been his man all game long. If he recognizes man-to-man coverage, I think you got to take advantage of it. Here we go. Russell Wilson looking deep. He's looking. He throws a corner out, and that ball is beautifully. Oh, dropped. He dropped it. Oh, and I think I just heard the crackling of a controller all the way from the residence of Future Empire.
That's tough. That's exactly what you want. It all developed perfectly, and it's just tough. That's the only thing you can say there. There's not much to analyze.
And here we go. Russell Wilson out of the gun. You got to forgive and forget now. He's looking deep again. He's dropping way back. He's going to throw. Okay, honestly, probably best he got a sack there, because I'm guessing that was about to be an interception. So
that's a throwaway if there ever was one.
So Russell Wilson now 3rd and 21. He had the slant route wide open. Instead, he gets sacked. So 3rd and 21 from his own 9. Russell Wilson needs to pull a magic trick once more. Back to throw. He's looking. He's got pressure. He's going deep into double coverage. And it is intercepted by the Bears. And that one has got to be the dagger.
It is. And at this point in the game, 3rd and 21, trying to get all 21 yards in one play ain't it. You're not going to punt the ball. So you have 2 plays to get those 21 yards. Break it up. Get 10 to 12 yards in the first one. Get the rest on 4th down instead of trying to get it all and go for the home run. And he paid for it.
And that's oh my lord, that's a big run. And he jukes. And he's going to go down to the 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bears. And there's that 6 points. And that was a spit in the face of Future Empire that Oshie wanted. That was Davis.
You have to ask yourself, though, I mean, he probably could have done that before when he was just recklessly throwing the ball, but it is what it is.
And now this game is over. Obviously, if you're Future Empire, just protect Russell Wilson. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You might see these guys again. You know what you got to do, too. I mean, Future Empire kind of did not play well this game, I think.
Yeah, this is one where he's likely just going to kind of shrug it off as something to where he never lives up to the games against Oshie. I don't expect him to carry this and have it affect him in future games until he plays Oshie again. If he meets Oshie in the playoffs, he needs to really take a look at his mental game and try to fix some things.
And it's crazy to see here as Russell Wilson's going to take a shotgun snap. He's looking deep again. He's going to run and get sacked. Another unnecessary hit on your quarterback. Pull him out of the game. Future Empire in big games can't get it done time and time again. You got the SML watching, and, you laid a dud again.
Yeah, I mean, and at this point, I get it. You're not going to pull Russell Wilson. There's too much pride here, right? You don't pull your starting quarterback when you feel like you did an okay job with him as he gets hit again. But what I would have liked to see is just run the ball 3 times and chew up the clock. I mean, this game's over. Like you said, you're putting him at unnecessary risk of danger, of injury. So just get through, get to the next game, chalk it up as a loss. They're going to happen in the season. No one's perfect. It's okay.
So here we go. 3rd and long situation. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Looks like 3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Lockett's going in motion. Seeing a lot of man coverage from the Bears this game, and Future just struggled to figure it out.
Yeah, it's that cover 1, because what it does is it allows there to always be a guy in the vicinity, and Oshie believes Roquan Smith can be everywhere else at once, so it's always 2-on-1 on defense. I just want to give a quick shout out to Colt 00045. Thanks for coming in and watching the stream. It was good to have everybody here, and feel better.
Yeah, hope you feel better. Sounds like you got the flu. That's everywhere. It's the chemtrails. It's a conspiracy theory in the SML right now. Here we go. 4th and 18. Could be the last play we see from Seattle this game. Russell Wilson out of the gun, looking to throw. He's looking deep. He fires it, and that ball is, guess what? It's intercepted, and he falls down. And Oshie plays smart, falls down, and he's going to come out in victory formation and win this game.
There it is, and that's the game. And again, like that's just another picture of try to break up that long yards to go into two different plays on third down. Don't try to get 20 yards and then try to get 20 yards again. It's not going to work out very often. That's usually where you get sacked or throw an interception like you did there.
So, Chicago Bears win. I was kind of expecting the Seahawks maybe get the monkey off their back this game, but Oshie's just better. At the end of the day, he's just a better player, and he's got Future's number.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to worry, does the big game failure label affect Future at all? I'm not sure. I'm not in his head, but that's a question that people are going to be asking, and it's something that whether you let it affect you or not is going to nag at you, and it's going to bother you at least a little bit if you're a competitor.
Yeah, so looking forward here, I think we both expect both teams to be in the playoffs. Is Oshie the NFC favorite to run this thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Oshie will dethrone Future as the number one seed, but he's definitely the favorite. I would see in the regular season and throughout the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. He's dangerous.
So, and guys, that was the Chicago Bears leaving Seattle victorious. Big Oshie put on a big Oshie performance, led by his defense, and Future just wasn't enough. But hey, it's a long season, and they might meet again, so you never know what.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you don't let this game affect your future games. Future is a good player. He's going to be in the playoffs. If he does everything the way he's supposed to, they will meet again, and he just needs to correct these things for next time.
All right, guys, and that's all I've got. QB Stud, I appreciate you calling the game with me. Once again, the Chicago Bears take down the Seattle Seahawks 35-16 in a pretty solid game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good game. It was great having you as my co-host, and we wait until we see everyone again next time.
Thanks, guys.